we're all familiar with the scale. In Rosh Hashanah, we have the mitzvos and averos, and we tend to think, we hope we're at least a Beinani, half and half, and we're pushing another mitzvah over Aseres Yemei Teshuvah. But the question is, what does a Beinani mean? What does it mean half and half? We would think 700 mitzvos, 700 averos. Chazal teach us fascinating concept that each mitzvah is so powerful, we'll get schar for 2,000 generations. And an avera, sometimes it can have effect for 4 generations, which means it's 500 times more. That means 499 averas, 1 mitzvah. You have more mitzvahs than averas. It's unbelievable how many more mitzvahs we have just from each mitzvah, how much it's worth. So we know the story of Miriam at the end of the 40 years of the Midbar. She spoke Lashon Hara with Aaron about Moshe Rabbeinu, whatever that means. She got saras. And the entire Klal Yisrael waited for her a whole week before they traveled further. And Rashi says as a zchus, for when she waited for little Moshe, when he was in the water, Miriam waited and babysat baby brother. In that zchus, everyone waited for her. Now the Baal HaTurim points out something fascinating, that if we get schar 500 times more than we actually did, than we actually deserve, then try to make the calculation. She got schar an entire week of schar. Now if you do the math, which I couldn't, but my trusty calculator figured it out, that a 500th of a whole week is 20 minutes and 16 seconds. Just picture this. Mommy tells little kid Miriam, do you want to go babysit Moshe? I'm sure she did it with a happiness, with a smile, and she went down and babysat. She sat there for 20 minutes only. She could have been thinking, who cares? Who notices? Is it a big deal? And the schar didn't come right away. It was actually 120 years later. 120 years later, the entire Klal Yisrael waited for her 7 days because she did a mitzvah for 20 minutes. Can you imagine what it means once closing your eyes for a moment? 500 times that we get schar. We could be sitting in the airport and there's inappropriate things going on. We could see things. Imagine we close our eyes for 20 minutes because we know it's not the most kosher place. Years later, we don't know how long it may take, but somehow your business is flourishing. An entire week, you're in sales, an entire week, your sales are going so good because 20 minutes you controlled yourself. The Heilige Ishbitzer says, that's why the Zohar Kodesh is so heavy when it comes to these inyanim of Shmiras Einayim, and it's the tremendous punishment and oinah. She says, why is he so heavy? Why does he speak about so many punishments? He says, because there's no way to describe the schar. And the only way to describe the schar of controlling yourself is when you say how heavy it is and how terrible it is. One bad look, just imagine, once closing your eyes, 500 times more than that. More than the punishment is the schar.